A little fresh air in. There's a pretty cool walk, like in this direction. I have to see if the cell service can be a little spotty up there. But we will see. There's like this real cool area where you can see the Hollywood sign, and I actually get service up there. So streaming I think requires a little more data. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Or, you know what? I might just walk the other way. Let's see. You know what? I don't think I feel like walking up that much of a hill. I think I'm gonna walk straight. Go the other way. It's like all uphill. What's up, man? How you doing? So I published a piece up on my Substack, which is Eric Levai. I think it's in the link in the description. And you guys can subscribe for free. Anyway, it's pretty cool. CNN just confirmed the story I wrote, which is basically that Clarissa Ward, who's their international correspondent, like accidentally freed a war criminal in a segment. So that's pretty cool to see that the reporting was correct. It was actually this fact-checking group called Verify Sci, which uncovered it, and so I basically was reporting on that more or less. And I did talk to someone from CNN. I got a comment this morning from one of their people, so that's a wild story. Heather said the best investigative journalist. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, it was cool waking up to the email from the spokesperson. I'm going to do a separate stream on something that they did, which I basically just don't agree with. It involves like providing a lot of information and then asking for like they set some conditions without asking me first, which is basically like I don't do that stuff. And I'll explain when I might just publish the entire email, because I never agreed to any kind of conditions, and then they're just like, they throw it at you, that's a problem that's been happening more. Where they'll be like, here's, without even asking you, which is like an important part of the job, they'll just be like, you can say this part, but you can't say that part. It's like, well, I didn't agree to anything. And now some of these places even ask for an anonymous spokesperson, which is ridiculous. Your entire job when you work in communications is you're the spokesperson. So that stuff is kind of ridiculous. Style Audit 1A, how you doing? Style Audit 1A said, hi everyone. So yeah, the piece is up on Substack, and CNN just published an article confirming that Like I said, their correspondent basically freed a war criminal who gave them a fake name when they allegedly shot the lock off his door. The whole thing is like honestly pretty insane. And now the guy's missing, you know. It's like a crazy story. I like this building. This was a real improvement when they painted this. It looks so much better now. Let me give a quick shout out to the barber I go to. Svelte. These guys are awesome. Check them out. Been going there a long time. This corner is crazy. Gotta watch out here. I'm just gonna grab some water. Aggie Basher said, "Hey Eric, how's it going? What's going on?" Yeah, I was just telling us. Just had coffee with a friend, and we were. I have a couple gimbals. I need to just use them more, but yeah, I was talking to my friend about this thing that happened one time where these actually it was basically on the corner we're walking up to, where these guys got in like this guy was driving and he almost hit this baby carriage. It was messed up, and then it was just this crazy thing where both people totally lost control, and then one pretended that he had a gun, and one said something that was completely racist. And I've actually thought about that. I've thought about that incident a lot. It was like a couple years ago. Just like how people lose control. You know, they lose control. And you guys know where we are. The Celebrity Center. Not too many celebrities in there anymore, huh? Look at the evil that's perpetrated in that building every day, probably. That's crazy, huh? Just the fact that that goes on just like blows my mind. Just imagine. Aggie Basher said, I wouldn't say there's much for them to be celebratory about. Yeah, for sure. They have to keep it going though, huh? If you don't keep it going, the grift will one day disappear, right? I think William Randolph Hearst built that building. I'm pretty sure. Oh look! Someone tell Film the Police LA we got an errant robot out here. We got Coco. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Excuse me. Coco's slacking off, right? That's what William says. Yeah, someone definitely send this to him. I think he needs to get up here and get Coco back to work. Isn't that crazy how there's just robots on the street now? Like, I don't know where you guys are located or if you have the robots too, but we have a lot of them. Adam Carmona said, is that Coco from Fame? It's a great question. Fame is fleeting. I know that. One day you're famous, the next you are a robot delivering food in Hollywood. This is the building Jon Favreau lived in Swingers. I'm sure you've heard me point that out before. Haggis Basher said, designed by architect Arthur E. Hervey and built by the Luther T. Mayo Company. Nice. Good to pull up that info. Style Audit said, saw those driverless cars, taxis in Phoenix earlier. And then Jennifer said, I haven't seen any in Georgia yet, but I don't live in Atlanta. Yeah, I wonder if they have them in Atlanta, huh? Adam said, the Celebrity Center is so money, indeed. And I get the reference. It's all money. They pay zero taxes. Imagine what that money could do for our community. Like, I pay more taxes than them. That's like kind of mind-blowing, huh? Jennifer said, we'll keep my eye out next time I'm in Atlanta. Absolutely. I've actually never been to Atlanta. I was going to stop in there on my last, I had a work trip and I had it all planned out. I was going to lay over in Atlanta and there were a couple sites that I really wanted to check out, some historical sites. And I think Dr. King has I think his home is there, right? And there's a memorial. Really wanted to check that out, but it just unfortunately didn't work out on that trip. Haggis Basher, I assume your name is a reference to the filmmaker, Paul Haggis, and the former Scientologist? Hey, we could bash that guy for the movie Crash alone. I'm still having nightmares about seeing that movie, just how awful it was. I think that's the worst movie I've ever seen, and that's saying a lot. I'm just getting out some more water. There was a couple movies named Crash, right? Isn't there, did David Cronenberg make one too? I feel like he had one. Oh, shoot. One sec. Man. Sorry about that. Like you said, Cronenberg directed the adaptation. Cool. Dude. That's not what I wanted to do. There's like filters or something that shows this. There's like filters where you can change the way the picture looks. How do I do that? Nope, that's not it. Speak of the devil, Adam Carmona. Jeff Goldblum lookalike contest. Oh, I think we missed it. Made me think of Cronenberg, because of The Fly. Style Audit asked, have you seen the YouTube series Greg in LA? You would like it. Yeah, I need to see that. I haven't seen it. Adam said he's pretty fly for a white guy. Nice. The light here is terrible. Changing that. I was trying to actually get out earlier. I wanted to go stream at this Century City Mall because it's actually like an interesting place, and I thought that'd be, we kind of have a travel vibe to it. But I spent a lot of the morning, once CNN got back to me about that story, I had to, revise it to add their comment, and then I fixed a couple things that, being a perfectionist and all that. And then my friend wanted to have coffee, so we did that. And because the sun goes down now at 4:45, I knew I had to get out here first. Man, I'm kind of like hurting for a new event though. Like there's been nothing since the L. Ron Hubbard balloon float extravaganza. There's been like there's nothing that's been going on in this city. I couldn't go to that other thing with the what do you call it, the Shrine Auditorium or the Shriners Auditorium. When I interview William, when I interview Film the Police LA, I want to talk to him about some of the changes that have happened in this city regarding protests. There was that period around 2020 where everybody was coming out, and protests, like a lot of things, attract there's a lot of, like, for lack of a phrase, there's like just people who they'll do it like briefly and then they'll disappear. And then there's the real activists or the real journalists who continue to show up, after that. And that's a big difference. There's people who show up because they think things are like a cool thing to do, for lack of a better phrase. I don't particularly care what happens as long as people are showing up for the right reasons. It doesn't matter to me. I suspect, I'm not going to speak for him, but I think William probably feels the same way, Whatever gets the job done, right? I'm not a gatekeeper. I don't care what brings people. As long as, whatever gets the job done makes the world better, I'm good with it. Heather said, when are you interviewing him? I haven't set a date, but in the next couple weeks. I have to do it before the new year. Yeah. This is like the new supermarket, Lazy Acres. It's like a fitness studio. I'll check that place out too. Which way? I guess I'll go up on the usual way. It's just nicer. It's crazy. This was a pile of rubble, like not that long ago. Now it's obviously a new apartment building. I wonder how much those apartments cost. I bet you it's quite a bit. Style out of 1A said, I'm missing the neighborhood so much right now. You were living here before, I assume, huh? Did you move out of LA? Or just a different area? Sarah said, I didn't see it in the title. We are in, good question. We're in Los Angeles. We're on the corner of Franklin and Los Feliz Boulevard. Neighborhood would be described as, I think this is Los Feliz. Or Los Feliz. I've been here long enough and even I don't always know how to pronounce it. Style out, it said WeHo Hollywood Miracle Mile Farmers Market. I also won a case against in court. I think I'm gonna write about that soon. So that was pretty cool. It's not like journalism related necessarily, but I pushed back against the big company in my personal life and I won the case, which is pretty cool. It actually is journalism related, but I'll just have to write it up and then you guys will be able to understand. It might take a while. The magic hour. It's just about the magic hour. Actually, it's a little past it, which is what photographers will say when that period right when the sun is going down. But it's not gone, so the light is just perfect. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we got to get some events going on here. Like, I haven't really been able to cover much. I have a suspicion that's going to change next year. Lost signal there for a second. Am I near a Scientology building? Why did it go out there? But no, like I said, I think next year is going to change. There'll be plenty to cover. It's a nice street. Sarah asked, good or bad changes? Bad changes, I think, unfortunately. The new administration, because they're straight up fascist, I think that's pretty much what I'm expecting, unfortunately. So I guess we'll find out. I would love to be proven wrong. In fact, please, that would be great. Adam Carmona said next year will be a Watergate every day. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's true. It's inspirational though, watching, like I was saying, I wrote this piece about Syria, but I mean just generally, like watching the footage there, seeing what, you know, seeing freedom come back there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think that rebel army, a lot of times in some places, what's that saying, the new boss is like the old boss, but Assad was a brutal dictator and he's gone. That's a good thing. South Korea too. Look at what happens in a normal country when their president tries to overthrow the government. He's probably going to jail. They're going to impeach him. That's what a normal country does. It's just, I don't think we always see it the same way because we're here. I really don't care in a way. I mean, I do care obviously, but I'm going to do my thing regardless. That's what I was talking about with William the other day. With Film the Police LA, that we don't really care. We just are going to we're going to do our thing regardless. It got kind of warm here. Sarah said, agree with Adam, it will be total chaos. Yep. I don't know where you guys are located. I'm interested, and you can always free to drop that in the chat if you want to. But the reason I bring that up is, like this, I'm gonna wait here. These people are, this city, you have to be like on guard at all times when crossing anything. Like, it doesn't matter if it's green. Just get like run over. This city and this city is definitely going to be, I think, a lot worse because, especially like the immigration people are going to. Everybody loves to mock LA, so they're going to make this place a target, and also we have many people come here from all over the world, and this administration is going to, the CBP, or they're going to try to make an example of people here with these raids, these immigration raids. But the thing is, no matter what, we're going to be here to cover this, right? To bring people what's going on. It's not complicated. Like, it's not anything. It's not, no way. Is that, I think, wait a minute. Chris. I really thought that was Confident Chris. I actually think it was, but I didn't want to bug him too much. He looked just like him. Reception gets a little spotty here. Adam said Syria shows that certain regimes are invincible until they're not. Exactly. Look how fast they fell. The minute, I mean, I didn't realize how much I truly did not realize without Russia's help. And who else was helping prop them up? Like, it was over. Was it China? I can't remember. Like, they just folded, man. Style Audit said Chicago posted on city council meeting today. Adam said Iran. Okay, thanks, Adam. Yeah, they folded pretty quick. Man, he's lucky he had an exit plan. I don't think I have to tell you guys how things usually end for guys like Bashar al-Assad. There's plenty of historical examples. But guys like that also, it reminds me of a friend of mine who grew up in a cult, a different cult, not Scientology. And he told me how, like, these guys, you know, the leaders always have like a bag of like $500,000 in cash and, like, you know, the passport or whatever ready to go when the day comes. But we'll see. Have a nice view here, huh? Adam said if tariffs are actually implemented, that could be it for them. Yeah. Do you think at any point, I mean, I already know the answers. Do you think at any point the millions of people who voted for him are going to understand that you pay the tariff? That we all pay the tariff? Not the other company, but you pay it? It's absolutely mind-boggling. Yeah, I look forward to paying $28 for toothpaste or whatever. The funniest thing too is, like, these robber baron, like, they think that, like, the wealthy people in this country didn't want industry here. That's why they shipped everything overseas to other countries like China, and take your pick. You think they're gonna launch a new factory because there's some tariffs? Like, are you fucking joking? None of those things are coming back. All we can do is move forward and train people on there's so many new fields where people need help, right? You can learn coding and make 6 figures. I mean, but you have to train people. You got to help them. These goofs think like whoa, I went out there for a second. Like, yeah, they exist, but not like they do. The funniest thing is going to be, I mean, it's not funny, but, like, if the economy, you know, really ends up crashing, like, what's going to be funny is they'll just blame the same people. They'll just blame me and you and anyone who's not, Democrat says they're paying $35 for, like I said, a toothpaste or whatever. Sankey said AI is going to take over all the jobs. Definitely a concern. No question about it. It's getting dark. I'll go this way. Adam said Canadian conservatives are finally getting combative about the idea of tariffs, which is a good sign. That's the other thing, right? Because it's not just about us. There's a ripple effect. There's a ripple effect, which our next future idiot president doesn't understand because he is a moron. All that stuff is about being a tough guy, right? That's what's like funny about it. I grew up with some tough guys, and like, if you grew up with one too, or you are one, you know that. Sorry, like about to fall over this pile of rocks. You know that a real tough guy doesn't have to tell anybody that they're tough. And it's fake tough guys who need to put on a big show. That's the whole problem. We got a lot of fake tough guys out there. I mean, that's because a lot of men are just so dumb, especially the ones who get elected. Although there is some real competition now. There's some there's some real competition now in Congress. Let's be fair about it. I mean, I never thought I'd see some kind of just absolute buffoon, a goof like Marjorie Taylor Greene, obtain a position of power. That's pretty scary. A seriously deranged, just person like that. Someone who harasses minors. Remember that? Remember when she harassed David Hogue? It's absolutely reprehensible. Or is it Hogg? Anyway, it's a nice street. This is nice. Kind of reminds me of growing up, like what things looked like. I mean, things were far from perfect, but it wasn't like it is now. I mean, it was just different. I feel really bad for people, like some of the, especially like younger voters. Like, there's some people who've only known Donald Trump as a president, like, or at least a candidate. They've never known like any other candidate in that party, which is mind blowing to me. Better Legacy podcast said, I live in a California county that's 86% Hispanic in a farming community. All his plans scare me. Completely. I'll have to check. I assume you, obviously, me being with my attention to detail, I could tell that you have a podcast. That's cool. I got to check that out. Feel free to plug that. It sounds interesting. That's nice. So the question is, if they try to enforce that, I mean, it's going to be a catastrophe for the economy in places like that. Like, that's the biggest joke of all. Like, they think that, like it's, they think like those jobs are like crucial. Like, who's going to work those jobs? Do you think like they're just going to like fill up miraculously? No. Trump himself exploited so much, so many undocumented immigrants. There's been, David Farrenholt did more than one story about that at his club. I mean, you guys know all this stuff. I think his first actual mention in a newspaper, or one of them, was when he was doing that with immigrants from Poland back in the 80s. They were building some building in New York, and they were exploiting them. Unbelievable. There's that statement, what radicalized you? I'll tell you what radicalized me, in a way. It was the speech where he made fun of Serge Kovaleski, the New York Times reporter who has a disability. Remember that? I was never the same after that. But it pushed me in a certain direction, so maybe those things aren't all bad in a way. But I was absolutely never the same after that. It like changed, something like changes your mind. Like parts of my brain, I think, like almost shifted. But if it sets you off on a different course, you know, in life, and you're able to accomplish some good, I guess not all bad, huh? Never and Aaron said, do you remember that line in The Irishman when Al Pacino's character said, "You can't trust millionaires' kids"? That's a great line. I gotta be honest with you. So I actually still haven't seen that movie. I know. Don't beat me up too bad. But now I have to see it. This is cool. Sarah said, yes, I remember that speech. Cemented what I already felt about them. Yes. 100%. Adam said you hop. Yeah, I will see it, Adam. Definitely going to see it, I promise. Never and Aaron said you do great work. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, I got the new piece up on Substack, and CNN. I said this in the beginning, but I know some people came in. So CNN has confirmed the story I wrote that basically correspondent Clarissa Ward like accidentally freed a war criminal in Damascus. So you could check that out. It's kind of cool, you know, and make sure you subscribe to the Substack. It's totally free. I want to just build this thing up as much as I can. So you could just look for my name, or the link should be in the description of this video. Sorry, I was just looking at something. Huh, what is that? That video is so crazy though. Like, it honestly is. Like, I'm sorry, but aspect of it is kind of hilarious. Like, you don't ever put something on like that online without independently fact checking it. Like, it's one thing if it happened live. You know, everybody makes mistakes. You know, so if they went into the prison and the guy tells them a story and it's live TV, I don't think anybody would be like, you know, what the heck. But because of the way that segment is set up, and it's in my piece, I put in the clip because I was worried they might take it down, which you never know. It just like doesn't. It's just like it doesn't come off well. A super bad look. Like, you have to fact check things. It's actually mind-boggling to me that happened. And that was actually really the only question that I asked them when I contacted CNN. I was like, did you independently fact check this before putting it on the air? And I got this super long email that was like, it was just this long you ever have someone it's like someone tells you a super long story because they're like, don't really want to get to the point. Wow, look at this thing. Somebody like somebody literally destroyed that thing. I'm gonna have to make a quick stop, but I'm going to, It's what do they call it? Pocket time? Is that what Will calls it? But I'll be back online in a second. If you're reporting on a place, especially in a foreign country, and you don't know the area, you can't just like put on whatever people tell you. Like that seems like pretty obvious. Also, like one of the more comical parts is if you watch the segment that I'm talking about, it's super clear that the guy is hiding under a blanket. He heard them come in because they said they shot the lock off the door, yet he's still hiding, right? And it's only once they literally almost remove the blanket that the guy starts talking. So he obviously was hiding from them. Anyway. Marcia said, hi, Eric. Style Audit said, jumping off, we'll see you later. All right, guys, I just need like the 2-minute break. And then I'm going to continue the walk. So I'll be right back. What do they say? Talk amongst yourselves. I'm back. I gotta make a phone call and then later, and then I don't know, I might go back out. They left, sir. That's what happens, I've learned. Like that's why people stay live for so long, but which I guess I probably should do, but sometimes I just want to take a break. You got to grab people quick. Their attention spans are, they can be kind of short sometimes. Ooh. I don't know how some of these people stream for like 8 hours or whatever. I mean, I know they take breaks, obviously, but and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. The comment is, where are you guys at? Well, I'm in LA. I'm not sure where everybody else is. Streaming can be a little exhausting. It can be. $10.83 said, okay, thanks. No worries, you're welcome. Man. Yeah, so that was like a good 2.5 mile walk, actually. It's good. Sarah said sometimes the drama fills streams that get the most viewers. Yep, that's a major problem. I mean, it's just true. It's just unfortunately the way the human brain works. I struggle with that on a daily basis in my writing, and there's times where, unfortunately, sensationalism, it does work. And like when I wrote the story this morning on Substack, so I titled it, I think, CNN reporter accidentally frees war criminal or something. Like I grab people with the title if I can, and sometimes they're a little bit funny like that, inadvertently maybe. But you know, I have to get people to read it. If it doesn't look interesting, it's, you know, it's like then all the time I put into it, you know, it's tough. So you're trying to strike that balance between being accurate, which is obviously number one, and trying to grab people. Yeah, I'm like not into the drama. Obviously, I try to stay out of that stuff. I'm just not that guy. Believe me, I have enough of it in my personal life. I don't need it to be on film, that's for sure. Someone told me I was dramatic the other day. That was actually pretty funny. I think that's what she said. And I was like, I kind of thought about it. I was like, well, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I go over the top a little bit sometimes. I mean, or maybe she was just trying to shut me down. You never know. You gotta. Maybe I just talk too much. That's probably what it was. Just shut up, you're dramatic, that kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the Substack. There's a lot of links in the channel if you guys want to support it. There's all kinds of ways. But I promise we will have more coming soon. It won't just be me walking around. It's dark here. Sarah said, everyone please smash the like button and hit subscribe. Yes, thank you. And it is free, absolutely. We'll get some money eventually, but the main thing is that people subscribe. That's how we build the channel up. It's more important now than ever to have independent voices, I think. Gelson's. We've had a lot of good times there, haven't we? All right, across the street because I don't want to walk near that building. Nope. Sorry. Just thinking about something. Yeah, I think I gotta grab something actually at Gelson's. I'm gonna hop off for now, and I might pop on a little bit later. I just gotta make a phone call and some stuff, but appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for watching, and talk shortly.